fat. The fat is good for you. Hey, today I'm gonna teach you how to make Chinese sweet barbecued pork served with polenta, or as the Chinese call it, sweet barbecued pork. You will need a big slab of pork belly, polenta or cornmeal, milk, chicken stock, caramel thick sauce, soy sauce, Chinese cooking wine, oyster sauce, molasses sugar or brown sugar, blueberries, honey, Chinese 5-spice, fermented red bean curd or white miso will do, and white pepper. These are all the ingredients for the pork belly marinade. Oyster sauce. Some of this. About 1 shot. Maybe another shot, no, not too much. Bit of soy. Have a look at that. If you can't get this anywhere, you can just use white miso paste. It's fine. 2 in there. Maybe some of that sauce in there. Yeah. And brown sugar. White pepper in there. And Chinese 5-spice. And now you mix the hell out of it. You see, kids, this is what happens when you try too hard. There we go. Look at that. Want a nice thick consistency. Now for the pork, we're gonna slice these down. I'm gonna sharpen my knife, use a bowl, sharpen the knife a little bit, grab your pork, slice him in half first. Now, you wanna try to slice the skin off the pork belly. Grab the edge of the pork belly and slowly slice the fat off. Look at how sharp the knife is. Make sure you're using a sharp knife. If your knife is not sharp, just use the method I taught you. Now that you've sliced off the skin from the pork, you want to chop them about yay thick along the grain. You want to chop them up along the grain. Thirds. There we go. You see this slice? This is exactly the size that you want. Now you see the layering of the fat? That's exactly what you want. This is a perfect piece of meat. The fat is good for you. I don't care what anyone says. Fat is good for you. So now you want to put all of these into the marinade. And attach. Get the marinated pork, dump it in an airtight container, and then chuck it in the fridge. Now, for the skin, grab a pot, put some water in it and boil it. Nice. So what you want to do, once the water is boiled, chuck the skin inside for a minute. After a minute, just take it out, chuck it over there. So what I'm going to do with the skin is, it's going to be used as a nice crispy little garnish. Boiling the skin to make it softer so it's easier to poke holes in. But what you want to do now is just take a tissue paper and pat it dry, and then use a sharp knife, use the edge, and just scrape the skin. Pat, pat, pat. Use the edge of the knife and just scrape it. So now you want to get something sharp and start poking holes on the skin. I didn't know I have this thing, but I do. It's a thingy with nails on it. Don't ask me how I got this in my house. I just have it. I'm going to use this one. If you don't have one, just use a fork and poke holes in it. Jab, jab, jab. Next, you want to grab some aluminum foil and make a little boat out of it. One over here, one over there. Fold it on the sides. You want the top to be open. You want the skin to be nice and dry in the fridge. Pour some salt all over it. And then you take this, chuck it in there. Ta-da! So this is the pork belly that's been marinated overnight. So now what you want to do is grab a drip tray and a net like that. Grab your marinated pork, just toss it there. So once your oven is heated up, toss this sucker in. Once you put your pork in there, you want to set your oven up at 200 degrees for about half an hour. Here comes the money shot. Bam! Let these babies rest and cover them with foil. Once the onions and garlic are cooked, you want to put this marinade Let's do that. Put a ladle full of chicken stock in there if you have it. So now after the marinade's been simmering for a while with the garlic and onions, there's a little bit of sediment on top from the pork. All you want to do is get a strainer and a pot and put it in there. I'm gonna grab a handful of blueberries, toss it in there. So here's a little cooking hack. If you want to get any kind of sauce to thicken up, this is some flour and butter. Chuck it in the microwave and heat it up. Mix it up with a fork. Then you want to toss it in there and make it nice and thick. See that? That's what you want. Now, time for the polenta. I'm using a white pot. Toss the onions and garlic inside and then pour my polenta in using a whisk. Good, make sure there are no clumps. Pour some Chinese wine in. So what you want to do is just lift the pot and use the whisk and just keep mixing it up. Make sure there are no clumps anywhere. Toss some butter in. Don't stop mixing. Some salt. See that? And that's the consistency you want. Oh my god, check out all my babies. You got your polenta ready, you got your blueberry sauce ready, and of course the pork and also some pork crackling. Remember that skin I told you about? I just roasted in the oven and it looks beautiful. Time to plate this baby up. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, and there you have it. Chinese sweet barbecued pork with polenta. I'm gonna eat this meal now. So if you like this video, like it, share it with your friends, and let me know in the comment section below if you love this recipe. And yeah, see you around. Oh yes. Oh my god. This is worth 2 days of